Greetings and welcome to another video. I wasn't really sure but wanted to give Summoner another try in Dawntrail. But I fear that this might actually not be the job I will call my main anymore. At first I was really hyped about the potential rotation changes that the new Bahamut brings with. But the first letdown is that you're not having access to Solar Bahamut before reaching endgame. Which means the leveling curve is absolutely flat and you don't really have a single difference towards reaching the final level. Except for Searing Flash, that might be the only skill that distinguishes the button clicks from Endwalker to Dawntrail Summoner. Yet it is also very handy to make Summoner the king of burst, even though I haven't played the other DPS jobs yet, but according to the experiences of the media tour, I guess it might be the case. There is nothing anywhere close to the bursting potential of the Summoner whenever your Solar Bahamut and Searing Flash are available. Which leads us to the best trait that is still carried onward from Endwalker. Summoner is just super satisfying in any scenario where more than one targets are available. Even the damage output is very powerful, just leveling felt super boring and if nothing changed at all. Even the Dark Knight, who had mostly received a more powerful delirium window, kinda feels different. Just those small potency differences and turning that 3-hit combo into a Reaper-like screen shaker makes a good impression. But of course in theory nothing changed there too. Yet it feels different and more impactful with those new delirium attacks. All in all, Summoner feels exactly the same as an Endwalker. The endgame rotation differs slightly due to a rotational variation between 3 high summon phases instead of 2 before, that shift your procedure a bit, but when it comes to buff windows and timings, basically no change so far. So if you like the Summoner in Endwalker, you will keep on liking it in Dawntrail, but I just wished for more. For example, the AoE heal on Solar Bahamut is just a gimmick. Having potency changes as Festa turns into Necrotize are neglectable, and above that don't feel any different, and the smaller cooldown on Adel is just super boring. Even though it might have a nice impact in raid optimized scenarios. Still, the biggest issue of Summoner is the leveling experience before 86, when not having access to your Elemental Mastery trait, turning this job into a true shade of itself, because that trait creates a big impact as all 3 skills have a totally different playstyle on each summon, which is the best idea they had when they designed the Endwalker Summoner. I'm baffled why they couldn't come up with an identical mechanic for Solar Bahamut. Maybe making Umbral impulses faster, or that you have to manually click the Bahamut attacks after each sequence to make it perform a cool combo with it. Kinda in the way of the Gunbreaker's cartridge rotation, for example. Or just similar to how the Elemental Mastery works, make it a power cast that you need to make space for in raid mechanics. Or something with a lower GCD like Garuda is offering, but just not the exact same button presses as a normal Bahamut or even Phoenix. This is really a letdown that only looks different but feels identical to Endwalker Summoner. If you liked it that way, you will continue to do so, but if you expected more, you still have to wait for that to happen. So in conclusion, the small Searing Flash addition gives the mildest feel of something new and pushes this job into an unrivaled burst machine that is even more burst heavy than it was before. But for me personally, it's a bit of a letdown. But in all honesty, I think this is not something that needs a whole rework, just some little extra flavor. So stay patient, my Summoner friends, our time will come again. Until then, stay safe, stay healthy and keep loving Final Fantasy.